Welcome, everyone, to the Real Whovians cast, episode 914. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Connor Farley. What's up, Connor?
Hello.
All right, so we broke the news the last... hey, Sally. Excuse me. Hello, Sally.
Hello.
All right, we're in the Real Whovians. So, Connor, you want to read more detail about what happened?
Well, this is the first I heard about, like, literally just a moment ago.
Yeah, I told Connor.
This is incredibly sad. Sir John Hurt died. Weirdly, he had cancer, like, last year or the year before. We know that. But I thought that he was healed, and I imagine he is. But whether or not it came back or whether or not this is something completely different is up in the air. This is really sad because John Hurt is a massive part of British acting legendary sort of status. He's done so much in the British acting society, not just for Doctor Who, for us Doctor Who fans. He's been in so much, and this is like losing Alan Rickman last year, where you have this legendary actor that just out of nowhere just dies, but you tend to have people that are fans of one thing that they remember them for, like Alan Rickman with Harry Potter, and this is the same with John Hurt. And I never really saw John Hurt before Day of the Doctor. I knew who he was. I knew what he'd been in, Alien, and various other things, especially British TV show sort of things. But Doctor Who as the War Doctor really is a standout role that I remember him for, because it was so unexpected that he'd be the Doctor, and it was such a different performance from David Tennant and Matt Smith in that episode. He was probably the best part of that special.
Yeah.
That's just really... Sorry, I'm just trying to collect my thoughts because I've just heard...
Yeah, if I could just add something. Growing up, I remember seeing him in various roles. Seen Alien. I've seen movies like Scandal, V for Vendetta, Baron Munchausen. There's just so many things that you don't even realize some of the stuff that he's been in. And then when you go back, you're like, oh, okay, he was in this, or he was in that, or he was Merlin, or he was, somebody. And, being that I'm a huge Doctor Who fan too, I've known like a lot of the roles that he was in. And I've known him for the other stuff first. So it was really nice to see that, someone of that high caliber and legendary status that he was in with these wonderful movies and this beautiful career that he had, that he got to be the War Doctor. So it's a blow from people in sci-fi, from Doctor Who to, British culture, all kinds of movies that he's been in. I mean, it's stunning if you have a chance to look up The Elephant Man. I think he was in too.
The Elephant Man is the one that I know him for.
So there's a lot of stuff, check it out on Internet Movie Database and stuff. And it's a big loss, And he was even doing audios too as the War Doctor.
He was, yeah.
I don't know what the status is of that either, but he will be missed.
I think they finished the last one. But, like with Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
It's not...
It's never easy.
It's not terribly important what the status of their projects were. It's just the fact
Exactly.
that they have died.
Exactly.
We all go on about how we want to see Carrie Fisher in episode 9, but that's not the important thing here.
No, she was a mother. She had a family, and it's like you want to see her around. You want to. I mean, she was just funny, And John Hurt too was amazing, and that presence you'll never be able to see again. It's a void,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you can never recalibrate. You can never have that again, and it's sad.
I think in a way he was winding down his career anyway, because I don't think he did as much after Doctor Who.
Right.
Well, probably because of the cancer, of course. But
I mean, don't forget how old he was too.
Yeah, he was 77. That's a good life, I think, since then, and he's done so much. And he was such a great actor.
Some of our favorite actors are getting up there. I mean, Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen.
Well, yeah, we're of that age now, where I think all the people that because I'm 20, so I can almost sort of class in the range where the people that I grew up with are in their 60s, 70s, possibly 80s now at a stretch.
I mean, Stan Lee is my idol. I met him. He's 94. I was lucky. He's still around. But it's just, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's like Harrison Ford, who is my favorite actor, is in his 70s now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
78, right?
Yeah, I think he's 78. He's old. Yeah. He's older than John Hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad because, well, yeah, as I said, John Hurt is just simply a legend. I don't think anyone in the UK has not heard of John Hurt.
And again, this is not like it's been announced all day. I mean, I heard about it. We jumped on the Real Whovians. I tried to get you, Connor, but I think you were sleeping. But me just telling you was not that long ago. You found out. So,
well, yeah. As I said, I literally found out like a minute before this cast started.
Yeah,
so, yeah. That's why I'm sort of mumbling and like.
I mean, maybe one day we'll just we'll highlight his career, in a everything show or something, and it's just a shock right now because a lot of us don't. We can't get it out. But again, I grew up. I was a lot of times my dad was a regular thing. My dad used to take me and my sister to the movies every weekend, and there was so many. I can't tell you how many movies I've probably seen in the cinema of John Hurt, and that's why I recognized him right away when I saw that he was the doctor, the war doctor.
Yeah.
So, it's just devastating. And, this we got hit so bad in 2016 with actors, and now it's like, January, and it happens. It's not like it's,
Well, I think that's because we're in the time of our lives now where our heroes, as I said, are in the 70s or 80s, and they're in that ballpark,
Right.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, he was in so many movies. He was in V for Vendetta, Alien, Hellboy, Tinker Tinker Soldier Spy, Hercules. He was in King Lear, one of the scenes. Merlin. He was in TV shows like Labyrinth. There's a Labyrinth TV miniseries. He was in Immortals, Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows too.
Oh yeah, it was. Oh, yeah.
Deathly Hallows, Part 1, Part 2.
He was in all the Harry Potter films, I think. Actually.
Hellboy 2, Outlander, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, the Hellboy animated TV movie, Alan Clark Diaries, Beyond the Gates, the Skeleton Key, Pride, Dogville. God, it's just so much stuff. Lost Souls, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Watership Down TV series. He was even on Saturday Night Live. Unbelievable. It keeps going on and on and on and on and on. Scandal, I remember seeing that movie. Spaceballs, played himself. And King Lear in the TV movie played the fool. He was in the Paul McCartney Take It Away TV movie, Elephant Man, Crime and Punishment TV miniseries, Lord of the Rings. Man, I, Claudius TV miniseries. God, it's just never ending. I mean, the amount of pages in here is unreal.
Yeah, it was in a lot.
Beyond. So, you blink, you'll miss something. I mean, he definitely was in tons of stuff. Oh, boy. All right. On to a different subject related to Doctor Who. What were you telling me before? I know we covered it briefly, but
about Margatus.
Yes.
His episode has been confirmed to be episode 10.
Okay.
So he's the finale lead-in.
Okay.
And it is set on Mars.
And it's no confirmation of Ice Warriors, or no?
No confirmation of Ice Warriors, but I think that's probably what it's going to be, because it'll probably be his final episode.
Well, here's the thing. It was announced that this is Moffat's final season, but anywhere did they say that Gatiss was not going to do Doctor Who anymore. They never said that anywhere.
I think he's done, to be honest.
I mean, wouldn't they announce it?
He's done 10 years.
Yeah, but wouldn't they say, hey, Gatiss leaving too?
No.
Why?
Because then you'd have to have announced when Gareth Roberts left. You'd have to have announced when Chris Chibnall stopped writing. And became showrunner later on. It's like...
Okay.
You definitely cannot give Matt Gatiss special treatment over everyone else.
Right.
However, he has written a lot of stories that people will probably remember.
Right.
New Who. I just think he's done now, and I think this is his closing sort of. Rather than a Sleep No More 2, he said, I'm just going to do the story I've always wanted to do since Cold War. And it's an
He's going to redesign the Ice Warriors.
He'll probably try, at least, to bring them back in a way that they didn't manage to bring back the Zygons or, the other old villains that are returning. But, yeah, so he's episode 10, and that's going to be the lead into the finale. Peter Harness is writing episode 7, but people think that 6 and 7 is a two-parter, where it's Stephen Moffat and Peter Harness, not Stephen Moffat and Peter Harness. It's both on both episodes.
Okay.
So,
let me get Sally's input into this. Sally, I mean, do you have any thoughts about the Ice Warriors? I mean, if they do come back?
I'd love to see him again.
Yeah. What do you feel about Mark Gatiss? Do you like him as a writer, or is he up and down?
Somewhat. I mean, I like most of his stuff.
Yeah. Now, what's going on with the unit soldiers being part of the that race that tried to infiltrate UNIT at the end of the Doctor Mysterio? What's going on with that?
I think they've just reused the actor, but that's a bit weird.
That storyline's not continuing?
I don't think it's part of that storyline, but it is weird that they use the same actor for that. But maybe it will continue. Maybe Doctor Mysterio has a bigger part on this series than we thought.
Well,
That's
Doctor Mysterio is Doctor Who, basically, but yeah, I mean the aliens from that, but they were also in Husbands of River Song too. So, what about the Weeping Angels? Because I keep hearing this over and over again. I mean, they got to appear. It's his creation. I mean,
I think they'll be in the finale, but I don't think anything that we've seen so far of filming is to do with Weeping Angels.
and the Silence got to appear possibly too. No,
I don't think so for the Silence. I can't see that.
I don't see him returning.
we could see them in Christmas.
We might see one like cameo on his own,
Yeah.
but I don't think that's how the Silence really works. They have to be there.
All right, as of today, January 27th, we're going to 28th. Well, you're already in the 28th. Is Capaldi going to regenerate, in your opinion?
No,
So you changed your mind. You think it's no now.
I'm not sure because I'll say yes in a month's time when I get in.
Because you just said you thought he was going to regenerate like a week or two ago. Now you think it's changed?
Well, this is the thing: is that you get an indication that he is, and you get an indication he
I know.
isn't. So, in fact, I'm not going to say anything. I have no opinion at the moment.
I don't think he's going to leave. I think Chibnall is going to be like, I don't give a crap about toy sales, and I don't give a crap about this, and he's going to have one more year with Chibnall, and then maybe he'll regenerate after that. But I think he's going to do a Chibnall year. I read a story where he was going crazy when he was off. I guess he was supposed to do all these projects, but because he had surgery on his knee, he couldn't move around for a month. He was going nuts, and that he couldn't wait to come back to do Doctor Who. And now that he's back, he wants to just keep going at it. So if I could take that as 100% accuracy, I would say that he's going to give it a go for another season.
Yeah.
I'm going to bet on it. I'm going to tell you right now. So we'll see what happens with that. As far as Nardole goes, I mean, I only seen him a little bit to make a judgment call on him. And I haven't really seen Bill yet until we see the season. So I can't say if I want them to stay or not either until I actually see them enough. But we'll see. Sally? Capaldi
Yeah.
another year?
Yeah, I think he'll stay for at least one more year.
What about Pearl Mackey? Anything with Pearl
I
Mackey?
don't know. I guess it all depends. I mean, if people like her, maybe she'll stay.
And what's this thing about Karen Gillan wanting to free up her schedule being Doctor Who again if they need her? What's that about? I mean, you think they'll Chibnall will be like, absolutely?
I don't see why not. I mean, people liked her. People liked Amy Pond.
If you're going to change your whole season because Matt Lucas wants to be in it, and Karen Gillan dials your phone and says, I want to be in Doctor Who, I think more than anything you would be like, absolutely, Amelia Pond. Absolutely. All right?
But I think that would be Chibnall's decision, not Moffat's.
I know. But I also heard that Arthur Darvill also would like to appear again.
When's he going to have time to do that? He's doing Legends of Tomorrow.
I don't know how.
He's doing Marvel movies. Well,
look at Mr. John Barrowman, okay? He's in Legends of Tomorrow. He's in Arrow. He's going to be in Supergirl. Jesus. He's going to be in The Flash. So how the hell could he be Captain Jack? But he wants to. Heck, he wants to bring back Torchwood.
Yeah.
So if he can have the time to do it, she most certainly can. I mean, he's more busy than Karen Gillan.
That's a matter of debate because he does several little shows. She does several big Hollywood projects. I mean,
She's in a lot of movies.
Hollywood is far more stressful than CW, I think.
I know.
And they can bend the schedule to suit John Barrowman. They can't bend hers because they're on a deadline.
She's in this movie coming out called The Circle.
Yeah,
with
with John Boyega, Tom Hanks,
holy crap,
Emma Watson. Yeah, I've seen the cast list.
She's going to be in everything.
Yeah.
Not only is she going to be in Avengers Infinity War, and Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and Avengers 4 possibly, but they're talking long term with her. She's going to be around.
Well, to be honest, when you're doing films with Tom Hanks, John Boyega, who is the big thing now because of Star Wars,
right?
Emma Watson
and The Rock.
You've hit
Jumanji 2.
Yeah, you've hit the big time. So she's
it.
I think I will say this actually. I think that she is the most. She's the actor or the actress that has taken the most advantage of the opportunities she's had with her career. David Tennant is probably very close to that.
She is the most successful Doctor Who actress
of all time.
Of all time in movies.
Yeah, so far, anyway. Pearl Mackie, I think, is the sort of actress that could come out and give Karen Gillan a run for money.
Even Jenna Louise Coleman, I think, could.
Yeah, Jenna had a more than sort of. She was well known in the UK before Doctor Who because of this.
She was in Captain America, also Jenna Louise Coleman.
Yeah,
and she was in Me Before You, right, or something like that.
Yeah.
I think she'll have a good career as well. But I think Karen Gillan has just taken advantage of the opportunities she's had more than Jenna has or Billie Piper has.
Oh, I know.
Piper has been in stuff like Penny Dreadful
and she's in plays now.
Yeah. So
poor Matt, we got to get Matt Smith in there, man. Gotta give him something, man.
But I think too the CW probably would change the schedule or do it to where they'll be able to do Doctor Who if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Because they're big fans of Doctor Who too.
Well, don't forget Catherine Tate. Catherine Tate has appeared in movies too. You don't even know. She's appeared in stuff like Gulliver's Travels and all these weird things.
Well,
she's in The Office too.
Catherine Tate was the most famous before. She's weird
before Doctor Who
because she was the it girl before Doctor Who.
Right.
She wasn't the it girl after Doctor Who.
Right. So that's a separate category. Yeah.
So she's done the reverse almost.
Right.
But she's still great now. I do like Catherine Tate, but
yeah. All right. So, Missy, anything on her?
No, not at the moment.
She's still in Gotham?
Is she?
I'm asking you. I don't know. I don't watch Gotham.
I don't.
Okay.
So.
All right. So on that note, we'll have more Real Whovians news as it becomes available. Thank you, Connor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sally. And again, rest in peace, Sir John Hurt. Take care. Bye for now.